I'm Crystal of Crystal Sells and Stuff on Instagram. I want to welcome all my subscribers today. And today I wanted to share with you what I wore for Me Made May week 3. So this is the week of May 15th through the 21st, 2018. So the first thing that I wore on Tuesday the 15th was Simplicity 8379. And here's a picture of the pattern right here. And for this, here's the dress that I wore. I made this last year. And it's really cute. It's just two simple patterns. It has like a kind of like a triangle cut out on the side, on each side, that goes out on each side, and it's super easy. I believe it's only two pattern pieces, just the front and the back, and the front and the back are the same piece. You just cut it twice, and then you add just the neckband. And so that is a really simple pattern. So I would suggest this as a first pattern for a beginner who wants to get into knits, and it was very popular last year. So so that was the first thing I wore on Tuesday. And then on Wednesday, the 16th, I wore my the Eucalypt top by Megan Nielsen Patterns. Here's a picture of the pattern. And it comes in, you can make it into a dress or a tank top. And this is the tank top version that I made. And the fabric is a Liberty of London cotton lawn. And I bought this fabric from Craftsy.com. like a year ago, a year and a half ago, I guess, because I made it last year and I had it for a while even before I made it. I also made a dress in this fabric, but this is what I had left over, so I decided to make a tank top with it. So it's very simple, just a front and back, and then there aren't any darts in the front, so it's really a good beginner-friendly pattern. But if you have a larger bust, you might want to add darts to it. And then it's just bias binding for the neck and the armband, and they give you pattern pieces to make your own bias binding. So you just cut a strip out on the bias, and they show you just measure the grain line up to your selvage to make sure you're on the bias to make the arm and neck binding. So that is the Eucalypt top by Megan Nielsen Patterns, and I just wore that with some jeans. And so the next day I wore, which was the 17th, I wore Agnes top, a blue Agnes top, and I did the slash neckline version. And I also wore this jacket, this Simplicity 1873. And here's the pattern. And this jacket, I used this is one of my favorite jackets. I use this cool fabric that is a cotton and steel fabric that I bought off of Craftsy as well. And it's technically a, I believe it's a canvas fabric, but I thought it would be really cute for a jacket because I love the Afro girls on it. You see the Afro girls with the blue afros. So when I saw this fabric, I was like, I gotta get it. I love it, love it, love it. And I think they even had it in a pink colorway too. But I got the blue because blue's my favorite color. So, and they also, look, they have this other 50s haircuts, the little bouffant hair. So I really love this jacket, and I'm so glad. And I wore this. It was raining all day, and I chaperoned my son's field trip to Annapolis, and it rained all day long. I mean, there were some gaps where it was lighter rain or mist, but it pretty much rained all day long. And so we had a good time though, and I wore with rain boots and jeans. So again, that's Simplicity 1873. And the main pattern is a dress, but I've never made a dress for that. That's why I bought it. But then I was looking at it one day, and I was like, oh, that's a cute jacket. I should make it. So that's what I did. I haven't made the dress yet. So again, Simplicity 1873. It's a Cynthia Rowley pattern. So, and then on Friday, I wore the Oceanside pants and New Look 6459 top. And I've explained a lot about these two patterns before, but the Oceanside pants are by Blank Slate Patterns, and they're nice baggy, not baggy, but loose fitting pants with big side pockets. And I did that in red, and I also did the top in red. I made this in February for my collection that I did for the Sew Your Wardrobe contest on patternreview.com. And I'll leave a card up top so you can check out my video regarding my my collection that I did. So the next thing that I wore on Saturday was the Simplicity 8094 top. So, and here's the pattern. And the fabric that I use, this fabric is a cotton fabric, a really kind of like a quilting like cotton, but maybe a little bit lighter. And I bought this at B&J Fabrics in New York City. So if you ever get a chance to go to New York and go fabric shopping, check out B&J Fabrics. They're a little pricey, but they have such an awesome collection of fabrics. And this is an Aboriginal fabric. So I'm guessing it's from Australia where the Aborigines live. And but it was labeled as an Aboriginal fabric in the store. So again, that's Simplicity 8094, and this was the first version that I did. It has the high-low. So the top, I did the version with the high-low. So the top part is shorter than the back. So that's what I wore on Saturday the 19th. And then on the 20th, I wore the Colette Moneta by Colette Patterns. And I made this last year when they had the Moneta party on Instagram. So I was like, I'm making that. Because I think at the time, yeah, I did have the Seam Work account. I still have it, but I knocked it down just to the one pattern account. And I don't know, I'm not sure if I'm gonna keep it or not, because I haven't been sewing up the patterns as fast as they come out. But this is the Colette Moneta pattern, and I use my points from the Seam Work membership to get the pattern. So I use this really pretty cobalt blue fabric. I love this color. It's just so vibrant and bright. But I got this fabric at the thrift store. Every now and again I go thrifting and I find fabric over there. They usually the Value Village. They have a little section with fabric, and sometimes you get good fabric over there. And I mean, and sometimes a lot of length of it too. So that's where I got that fabric. And so then the last thing that I'm wearing today is the Rose City halter dress, and this is by Sew House 7 Patterns. And I won this pattern because I like to listen to that sewing blend that comes on every Tuesday at 7:30 on Crowdcast, and they also replay it here on YouTube. And so I tuned into their 100th episode, and I had to answer a trivia question, and I won. I answered correctly, so I won a free pattern to Sew House 7 Patterns. So this is the pattern I picked since I just heard about the handmade summer dress contest. And I said, well, I'm gonna make this dress for that contest. And this was the most summery pattern that I saw that I liked, because I have a similar Simplicity pattern that I believe Sew House 7 has a couple patterns with Simplicity. So I do have another like maxi dress one, but this one, the halter one, I didn't have a halter dress pattern. So this is what I wore, and this is and the fabric is from fabricmark.com, and it's called Cherry Rouge, and it has a side zip, an invisible zipper. So it has a really nice side invisible zip, and that's the first time I've ever done an invisible zipper. And I only had to take it up about 1.5 inches. I'm 5'1", so if you're tall, I would say you probably need to lengthen the pattern, because I'm pretty short and I only had to take it up 1.5 inches. So if you're taller, you might want to lengthen it. So, but it was a pretty straightforward pattern. Directions were really clear. It's not a fast pattern though, because maybe just not for me, but because it's 2 pieces, it's a front, a bodice piece, a bottom piece. There are 2 very, can you see? There are 2 really large pockets here. There are patch pockets right here, and don't fall. There are 2 patch pockets, and then the bodice is lined. I lined it with a white cotton linen blend. I wish I had done red, because as you can see it a little bit up here once you tie it. So next time I'll either use a self fabric, but then it might have been too heavy if I did the self fabric. That's why I decided not to do the self fabric, but I should have picked the lining color that was closer to the outside color, because it does show a tiny bit. It doesn't bother me too much, but if I did it over again, I would change that. So anyway, it's a nice pattern. You should try it out, and I really like the side zip, and the side zip kind of goes, oh Lord. The side pocket, let's see if I can turn around. Side pocket goes over the zip. So they have you put the pocket, they have you sew the pocket around here, leave it open, then you come back after you put the zip in, and then you sew it back up over there. So that was the only weird thing, because they're slanted and they kind of go over the side seam. All right, so those are all, that's and I just made this. This is my most recent completed make, so I just finished this up. So those are all the things that I wore for week 3 of Me Made May. Yeah, so I'm gonna come back on Friday to recap week 4, and then Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of May. So that'll give you the last days of May 2018. Thank you so much for watching. If you haven't checked out my other videos for weeks 1 and 2, please check them out. I'll leave a link. I'll leave a card above so you can check out my my playlist for Me Made May 2018. Thank you so much for watching. I look forward to seeing you next time. Take care. Bye.